Well, today a quiet ceremony was held at Mare Island to honor some fallen warriors from World War II who don't usually get a lot of fanfare. KPIX 5's John Ramos is in Vallejo with the inspiring stories of the military heroes.
The submarine service is known for remaining silent, but at this service today, voices were raised to remember those who have been lost. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, wiping out most of America's Pacific fleet, they made one big mistake. They left the submarine base intact, making the underwater fleet that much more important.
I mean, they were it for a year or so. They were the only thing left offensively.
Mare Island would become vital as a place where subs were built and later repaired. Historian Larry Magini says they accounted for more than half the Japanese warships sunk and essentially crippled the island nation's economy. But no one really talked much about that.
Submariners, if they're smart, don't talk, because that's their life. It depends on stealth.
Today, a bell was rung for each of the 52 American submarines lost during the war, with 7 of them launching from this very dock. One of them was the USS Wahoo, under the command of skipper Dudley "Mush" Morton.
Still is kind of one of the legends in the submarine force. They were actually the first boat that really made headlines for being aggressive and for sinking ships.
But the Wahoo was eventually sunk. No one knew where until 2006, when its remains were found off the coast of Japan. That's when Myrna Hayes began honoring the submariners who shoved off from Vallejo, never to return.
I've just become very emotionally attached to those 575 men who are somewhere in the bottom of the sea, known only to God, except for the USS Wahoo.
And they'd like this simple ceremony to speak up for those who are now said to be on eternal patrol.
I'd like, at least for the people that live here, to know what happened here, because I think most of them don't have absolutely even have a clue what was done here.
This is the 13th year this ceremony has honored the people lost in submarines. And if you haven't heard about it, it's because the people here tend to keep things kind of quiet. At Mare Island, John Ramos, KPIX 5.